like I own it and make a joke of it, or I built a career on it. Without it, what the fuck would I be talking about? Just eating your ass all the time.
And you've also always lived with it too.
Yeah, like I've been.
It's just a part of who you are.
Totally, and it's never been like some. I mean, look, it's an impediment if like somebody's like, "Hey man, let's go hike and running." I'm like, "Oh no, it's okay," but I wouldn't want to hike running even if I was there,
right.
Probably. So I'm not saying it's cool to be fat, but I'm saying like it's not some fucking crimson handicap. It's just something that I've dealt with, and if it truly bothered me, I obviously would do something. I've done it in the past. Well, I'll take off a bunch of weight and shit like that. This last year in my life was more about taking care of the upstairs than the downstairs, so to speak. Was more about taking care of me and giving myself a rest, recharging the batteries, weed and Chautauqua and whatnot. And so, I put on some weight. There was a point where I was losing weight smoking weed, which was amazing. But then when we went to England, and suddenly I started, it was like all that rich food. I'm
but
the British.
You always look the same to me, though.
That's what Mojo says as well.
You always look the same to me.
I ask Mojo all the time. I'm like, come on, dude.
I know, but he doesn't see you naked.
Down.
I don't think.
No, but you barely do anyway.
Well.
But he says the same thing. He's like, honestly, dude, he's like, I don't mean to insult you, but you just always look kind of the same to me in terms of like, you're bigger than I am. I'm like, well, yeah. But I mean, there are days where I'm triple your size. Do you ever stop to go like, Kev, sit down, we have to talk? And he's like, I don't know. It doesn't register that way for me.
To me either.
Which is it's very sweet of you to lie.
Anyway, I'm not that nice.
You're not. So we go to this thing and have a gay old time, as they say on the Flintstones. Head to the airport. I'm early.
Right.
I'm booked on a 7 o'clock flight or 7:10, whatever it is. And I have 2 seats. These flights go almost every hour from Southwest, from Oakland to Burbank. So, I'm like, fuck it, I'll try to get on an earlier flight, man, because I just want to go home. And this is the problem. I want to come home and fuck my wife. Like, I haven't fucked my wife in 2 days or more than 2 days. It's been a few days. But, like, everything's been jumping in the way of getting laid. So at this point, I'm like, hey, man, I finished Gay Smod with Malcolm, Gay Bear Smod.
Which was enough drama in itself.
Fuck that.
The
that
family
could be a whole
feud
Smodcast.
with Malcolm last week.
Malcolm, like, collapsing into a hissy fit and becoming very diva-like. But anyway, that's in the past.
Okay.
But,
so you try to get on the 520.
so I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to get on the 520 because I want to come home and I want to fuck my wife. It's like I'm done. I've finished all my responsibilities for the weekend. It's time to fucking kick back.
It's been busy.
Drink some gin and smoke some mass. It's been busy, and this is now, it's Miller time. This is Schwalbach time.
Yeah.
So, I head in, and I go up to the counter, and I'm like, hey, I would like to see if I get a standby on this thing. And naturally, there's no customer service whatsoever left. I'm not going to say in this whole country, but like, it's just tough to find somebody who gives a fuck. And, granted, I'm the guy who made Clerks, but I was never that clerk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just, I don't know. How do people do it? How do you show that little interest in somebody that, like, really holds sway over your fucking job? So here I am trying to get on the early flight. I'm like fucking 2 hours or more before my flight and whatnot. And so the chick at the counter, very disinterested, is like, here's this pass. This will get you down to the gate. They have to do it there. I'm like, okay. Let's go down to the gate. And first, there's 3 people in line. And this counter, the way they do the counter, not every gate doesn't have a counter anymore. Like, once again, in the downsizing and fucking corporate mentality of save a goddamn fucking dime, instead of every gate having, like, a desk and an attendant or 2 to deal with, like, a full flight of people, Southwest in Portland or Oakland rather, has like a desk that serves 3 different gates that are at least fucking 20, 30 yards apart, maybe 50 yards apart.
Not convenient. Makes
no fucking sense. 2 people behind the counter, 3 flights of people with tons of questions trying to get on standby, blah, blah, blah. So I finally get up to the counter, and I'm just like, hey, they gave me this pass. I'm on a 7 o'clock, and they gave me this, and it just says hand over for, boarding pass. I didn't know if that meant, do I do that now? And they're like, no, you're fine. And I was like, okay. They told me I was on a list up front of mine. I just want to make sure I'm on that list because if a chance, I want to get home. And if a chance opens up, I really want to go home. They're like, well, yes, you're on this list right here. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be over here. I did one lap and looked for something to eat. I went and grabbed pizza. I went and grabbed a Hawaiian pizza from fucking California Pizza Kitchen. A small one. Didn't even eat it. Ate half of it. That's an important part of the story as well.
Of course.
And a bottle of water. So I'm done with that. And then, I just didn't feel like eating the rest. And went over to check the gate again. Nothing, no movement. And then I was like, I just want to... That person who dealt with me before barely looked at me.
Did not inspire confidence?
Really. It was that. It was just like, I hate to fucking tell a motherfucker their job, but they didn't even look at me or my business. So I was like, maybe I'll try the other one. And, because there was fewer people at the counter now. Try somebody else. And it's the chick, Suzanne, from the other day. And she don't recognize me at all, I don't think. But I totally recognize her, which is really strange. Because you would imagine it'd be vice versa. Which later on comes into play.
Oh, boy.
But in this moment in time, I'm like, hey, it's the fucking chick from the other day who printed out 3 tickets. I didn't really throw a hissy fit at, but...
They cost you $200 extra.
Yeah, but, whatever. And so, I'm not gonna... I don't want to report... I don't want to fucking be like, hey, this fucking person, for fear that she gets in trouble. I'm not... contrary to popular belief, I'm not a boat rocker. I could be loud.
I'm the boat rocker.
You are a boat rocker.
I'm the one who's...
Schwabach is the big shit stir, man, where she just like scorched the earth and you're like, why? What'd they do? And she's like,
unjust. We're leaving.
Not even that. You're just like, because it's fucking Tuesday. Just scorch it. It's just like, at least I've got reasons and shit. But I'm so not the dude that bitches normally.
Never.
And I'm always like, shut up, go away. Don't fucking make, oh my God, just shut up, Jennifer. I won't let you fight with store people, with clerks, with fucking like... I'm so like, so I try to blend into the woodwork. Totally blend into the woodwork. So I'm at the counter and I approach the counter again and Suzanne, I was like, hi. And admittedly, I'm acting like I haven't had the first conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be admitting to the other person.
It was the right thing to do.
Yeah, like this motherfucker did not inspire my confidence, as my wife would say. So, I'm like, hey, I've got this ticket from up front. And, they're saying that, I don't know. I can't understand. On the front of the ticket, it says to hand it in for a boarding pass. I don't know if I was supposed to do that now or later or something like that. And a dude pipes in. He's like, that happens at 10 after. And I was like, okay, but am I on a list or something like that? And the Suzanne looks and she's like, you are on a list, but it's a very, very packed flight. And I was like, okay. And she was like, and if everyone checks in, there's only going to be one extra seat left. And I was like, am I at the top of the list? She's like, yeah. I was like, great, I'll take it. Don't worry about my 2 seats, man. Right. I'll leave one. I don't give you. I just want to go home. And she's going, and she stops Suzanne at this point, kind of pauses a little bit and goes, well, there's there's safety issue. And I go,
oh shit.
What do you mean safety issues? You go, well, you just have to, if your armrests have to be able to, and she's really like trying to struggle to find the terms, and I'm confused because I'm like, what? Am I sitting next to a door? You need me to open the door if the plane goes down? I can do that. Like, I'm ready at that. If I'm alive, I'll happily open the door for everybody. That's not what it is. I may not be Albert Einstein, but I'm pretty quick, and eventually it caught up to me.
And what were you thinking then?
And I go, oh, you thought I bought 2 tickets because I'm fat. I said, ma'am, look, I'm fat. I'll be the first to tell you I'm fat, but I ain't that fat yet where I got to buy 2 seats to fly on Southwestern. You know what I'm saying? Like, for fat people, there's a bar, and I haven't hit that bar yet. So, no, I just buy 2. That's not because of my weight. I said, I just don't like people. I don't like to sit next to people. And she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, so please, if there is 1 seat, don't worry about my other one. I didn't want to say, you already blew $200 for me the other day, but I was just like, don't worry about the other one. It's cool. I went and sat down. One point, there's a chick walking by who's makes the eye contact and shit, and comes over. Oh my God, she's all nervous. And hi, how you doing? We chit chat and shit. She's going to see her parents. Blah blah blah. So we're talking for a bit, and then I'm looking at the lady at the desk, and I keep saying, I'm sorry to be rude. I'm not looking through you, but I just like, if I see other people coming into this desk, I don't want them to give away this 1 seat. Because I talked to the lady at the desk.
So you were hanging out with some random chick at the airport?
I totally was. Look, she could have fucking been Megan Fox.
I'm just teasing.
It wouldn't have mattered, but she was not Megan Fox. But she was a lot. I don't know. She liked my shit. So I don't know if Megan Fox likes my shit. So if I had to break it down between this chick the random chick at the airport and Megan Fox, random chick was a lot nicer.
I didn't even know that you had a Megan Fox thing.
I don't, but like, everyone thinks she's really pretty. So anyway, okay, you keep derailing me, baby. Blah blah blah. We're chit chatting. I keep watching the desk, and at one point they don't go on a loudspeaker to tell you, stand by. It's just the chick literally, practically whispers, Kevin Smith, and only because I'm staring at her.
Right.
what is I like? Excuse me. And I will, yeah, that's me. Here's Kevin Smith.